Hello and welcome. I'm Millicent Walker. Tonight, wife of Nigeria's President Aisha Buhari returns home after a long absence from the country, clears the air about the video circulating on social media about her. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu declares state of emergency on Lagos roads, orders massive construction work on critical roads and highways. Police rescue 9 children kidnapped in Kano and trafficked to Anambra State 5 years after their abduction. And the United States pulls out troops from Syria as Turkey extends its attack on Kurds than originally planned. The wife of the president, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, is back in the country after a long absence. Mrs. Buhari arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja at about 4:30 in the morning aboard a British Airways flight. She was received by a senior special assistant to the president, Hajo Sani, the wife of the governor of Kogi State, and that of Senator Tankal Makura, among other associates. While promising to continue her work to improve the living standards of women and children, Mrs. Buhari also thanked her husband for approving aid to her office and spoke about her absence and the viral video of her at the State House.
Last year, if you could remember, I was in Spain for 2 months with my daughter. I've never abandoned my children. I give them the motherly support they needed. And usually we normally go for a holiday every year for 6 weeks. I've taken my holiday for this year, and it happens that after the holiday, I need to attend to my health before going to Saudi. And when I went to Saudi, based on the doctor's instructions, I went back to UK again. And I'm well now, but still I need more rest. And I would like to seize the opportunity to thank my husband for approving 6 ASS and also PS to my office to allow me to attend to the home front and also some developmental projects in Nigeria for women and children. As you have seen that I've just arrived, is it 5 a.m. or what? I've just arrived with the British Airways. You are all around here to welcome me. The video was an old video. The event happens, it was me. Actually, it happened in the villa.
Perhaps not like other parts of the country, Lagos State has witnessed heavy downpours in the last few days, and the effects are visible in a number of communities. Our crew visited a few areas in Ikorodu and Isheri where residents are counting their losses after several hours of rainfall. They are calling on the state governments to alleviate their plight and fix the bad roads and drainages, which is said to have contributed to the effects of the flood. The sights and sounds of the devastation. Or staying with the flood, in the past few days, there have been reports of damage and, in some cases, deadly effects of flood in various communities across the country. Now, our correspondent Darida visited Ijora Oloye, a flood-prone area in Lagos where urban planning and other factors are putting residents at risk.
Most slum communities in Lagos are located in the older settled areas, and many of them are near the lagoons. Ijorole is one of them. Water, a necessity, but it seems they have more than they actually need, and also in the wrong places.
The water really come twice in a day, so you don't really know what really happened. But you have a dam at the back of our yard.
They scoop out the water from the flooded rooms. It's a routine for them. Household items spread outside, some with a slim chance of returning indoors.
Ijoro-Loye is one of the coastal communities in Lagos, and with the intensity of rainfall we've seen in the past few days and a possible rise in the sea level, the water that surrounds the neighborhood is posing a major threat to the people who live around here.
Homeowners are worried about the structural integrity of the buildings, so they build and rebuild to make the house withstand the level of unwanted water that finds its way underfoot.
There is a lot of water in this area, a lot of flood. Even though when you go out, you may be coming back, you will just see a lot of water inside the room. This our house, we raise it a lot. I can't count the time we raise this house.
What we are doing now is to channel the water from the existing drain to our newly constructed drain, although we do some repair work on that existing drain because it was not standard. So we are channeling the water to our newly constructed drain, then to the canal, so that as soon as the water level rises from the ocean, if it comes in, it will have chance to go back. Because the major problem they are facing here now is that when the water goes in to their apartment, it has no room of going back. Most of them are retained inside their buildings, even the foundations. You can see their houses are going down. They are going down because of the effect of the water.
Environmental experts say climate change, bad drainage system, increasing water level, blockage of canals are a few of the many factors that go into the making of a flood.
We have to look critically at the climate change issues, at pollution, at single-use plastic, being dumped anyhow. All these things have to be, to have an integrated understanding so that everybody is brought, to book.
As the people of Ijoro-Loye strive towards going about their business in an environmentally friendly way, they hope nature will be kind to them and the government responsive to averting an imminent danger in their community. Daredu, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has declared a state of emergency on dilapidated roads in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu's declaration follows a series of meetings with 8 multinational engineering firms, which began a few weeks back. The commencement of major construction work on the identified highways considered critical to the reduction of traffic congestion in the state is expected to start on Monday, that's tomorrow. The governor says all the 8 engineering firms have been given the mandate to immediately mobilize their equipment on the site and commence major construction works on the roads. And to complement the construction work on the highway, Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos State Public Works Corporation would be carrying out repairs of 116 inner roads across the state. That's in addition to the more than 200 roads already rehabilitated by the corporation in the last 3 months. Elsewhere, the Kano State Police Command has confirmed the rescue of 9 children kidnapped in Kano and trafficked to Onitsha, the Anambra State commercial hub. While confirming the arrest of 8 suspects, the Commissioner of Police, Ahmed Iliasu, told journalists that the victims were sold in Onitsha 5 years ago.
5 years after they were abducted in different parts of Kano metropolis, these young ones have been rescued from their abductors. 38-year-old Owen Paul and his wife Mercy are alleged to be behind this act. They reside in Dakata quarters in the heart of Kano metropolis, and the police say they are in the business of kidnapping and selling of children, either for forced labor or other related abuses. Apart from the couple, the police have also arrested some of their accomplices in the illegal trade.
8 suspects that specialize in kidnapping, concealment, and keeping in confinement kidnapped persons, buying and selling of minors or children, and trafficking in persons were tracked and arrested.
The rescued kids, who have now been reunited with their families, have also been renamed.
Anti-crime strategies using community policing tools were carefully employed and exploited. A syndicate perpetuating this heinous act was busted,
As investigation continues to possibly arrest more suspects and bring other children to rescue, the command says it is also mopping up assault rifles and illicit substances across the state.
And the Northeast Children's Trust has identified 67 orphans to benefit from its scholarship program in a community school in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. Now, this follows the remodeling of the Maiduguri International School, inherited from some foreign bodies and now owned and managed by the community. The community schools suffered dilapidation and poor funding due to the raging conflict in the region that almost led to its closure. The Maiduguri International School, established in 1981 as a co-educational institution, is now owned and managed by the BORNO community on a non-profit base with the intention of enhancing access to quality education in the state. The population of the school, with nursery, primary and secondary sections, drastically dropped from 2,000 to only 600 students. The fortune of the school dwindled, with teachers' pay and its existence threatened, especially during the heavy conflict period in the region.
When the school population reduced, we ran into problem of payment of salaries. Our teachers were so kind that they even surrendered 10% of the salary. They said we are going to do away with 10%. We should have been better. So we're managing and we ran into some problem. We went to so many places looking for assistance. We even went to the government. Myself and Dr. Lawan went to the governor. We spent about 2 hours pleading and begging for some money. We couldn't get anything.
The Northeast Children's Trust response is addressing all the needs of the Maiduguri Community School by remodeling and enrolling orphans of insurgency and vulnerable children into the school.
Northeast Children's Trust, supported by Maiduguri International School Education Trust, we supported them towards improving existing infrastructure in the school, provide teachers training programs. Some of the teachers have gone to Lagos for special training.
The trust fund has also offset outstanding salaries of teachers with a pledge to improve existing infrastructure and teacher training programs.
Support the outstanding salaries that is being owed to the teachers.
I'm also to request the owners and proprietors of private school in the state to emulate the effort of the Northeast Children's Trust to ensure that infrastructures in the schools are of quality and standard.
Construction of vocational centres, upgrading and equipping of science laboratories, electrification of the entire premises are among projects undertaken by the NECT at the Maiduguri International School. And as part of lined-up activities to mark its 11th anniversary, the Arise Women has staged a walk for life, calling on individuals to care more about their wellness before wealth-making. Members of the non-profit organisation made a 7-kilometre happy walk in the Victoria Island area of Lagos, led by the convener, Dr. SIJU ILUYOMADE.
Daring, that's the word that best describes this gathering. Individuals led by prominent Nigerians, including captains of industry, moved with gladness under the downpour, taking their health in their hands. It's a walk for life. It's the 11th edition of Arise Women charity organization, convened by Dr. SIJU ILUYOMADE. It is part of this year's activities to mark the non-profit outfit. Dr. ILUYOMADE has a message corroborated by her husband.
The simple program is about exercising, making sure that our body functions well enough to make us economically productive. The Arise woman must have economic power. She needs to be able to feed her family. She needs to be able to take care of the people God has given to her, our female children as well as our male children.
This program today has been quite audacious. The rain did not stop us, and I believe that is a message to the nation that we should face all our challenges head on.
Arise and bloom are the key words of this year's celebration, with focus on healthy living and wealth making.
In part two, after the break, Nigeria Labour Congress asks its members to prepare for indefinite strike beginning Wednesday, 16th of October. Please stay with us.